her Beats by Dre on was asleep. She didn't give two shits. She's listening to fucking Daddy Yankee and doesn't give two shits about her baby going crazy.
Why couldn't there be... You'd think they would invent some sort of bag or some sort of container that you put the baby in.
The baby container.
Yeah, and then you just put it in there and you like, she's like, ah! And then you just, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you zip it up, it's, soundproof. And then, it has a fucking window. Yeah, it has some sort of, it's breathable but soundproof, which is, I feel like the technology has to be out there somewhere.
It probably is, but, big tobacco stopping everything.
Do you guys understand why you have to take a class now?
Listen,
Look, if he wants to put his baby in a container to shut it up, Ross, that's on him.
Yes, I was watching Jim's face.
I was watching Jim.
And he was laughing.
No
Look,
smile.
Look at him. He's laughing.
That is why...
Something's burning. It's my ass.
Oh, it's red hot.
Eat me.
Put some barbecue sauce on me and smoke me good.
It's Porky's barbecue.
In a popka.
Can we talk about, because I want to get all of this out, can we talk about the fact that your raccoons are back, and not only are they back,
God.
but now they're sleeping on your property? Like one is living on your skylight?
Yeah.
It's okay, they're not hurting anything.
I actually...
That's Tom's logic.
You got to get up there. You got to beat that
They're
thing to
doing
death.
raccoon angels in his grass.
Yeah, there was, my wife posted, I put this on the BDM, page. There's a raccoon actually sleeping on the skylight of like we've got an extension, like an add-on to the house, and it's a flat roof, and they just put two skylights. And
Where is that at?
That's where the ping pong table used to be, and the kids play around.
I've never noticed skylights there.
Yeah, they're it's pretty deep. It's like before the thing.
I've never noticed that before. I like a good skylight.
Yeah, they're yellow and
in Florida you would put like some sort of strange like plastic on there, whereas I feel like it'd be kind of cool if you could have like actual glass on there, but I'm sure that would be dangerous.
Well, it's probably
expensive,
and then it lets in too much heat. But I got to replace them anyway. The raccoon was sleeping on there, I assume, because it was warmer than the rest of the roof, and it was kind of a little bit cold on Friday. I don't know why.
He's looking in at you and your family.
He was trying to open the skylight like a trash
you could hear
can.
him. You could hear him opening it.
Yeah. That's one day you'll get it. But I contemplated pulling my rusty revolver out.
I mean, your wife wouldn't let you kill him in the house.
No!
You'd have to shoo him out the door, right?
Yeah. I mean, you would knock him out.
But see, I would never do that. Even if my wife was like, no, we have to. I would literally beat that thing flat.
Somebody said to pee on your skylight and the scent will make them go away.
Oh, I'll do that.
I can do that.
I nominate myself to piss on Tom's house.
We'll get all our listeners.
Butler, we'll have to fight for it.
We need an army of people. Like we'll get
1, 2,
100 BDMs up there peeing on my roof.
Would you let us do that?
Oh, yeah.
50 BDMs on the roof, because I don't think 100 would fit. So 50 BDMs on your roof. Well, you got a pretty big house. And then we all piss. So everywhere. And it's problem solved.
Yeah. There's like stinks.
Then we take a break.
Will you provide toilet paper for the female BDM?
No. Drip dry.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why you guys don't just have a cushy or underpants. Just pull them right on and let that, just let that thing.
That's a diaper.
It's like no, you're not pissing into it. It's just catching the drips. It's like when I wash a spoon, I don't dry it with a towel. I lay it on the towel and let it air dry.
Raccoons are back. I laughed with you about bringing my rusty revolver out and
quietly when the whole house is asleep.
Yeah. And then I just there it is sleeping. I put it up there. I'm like, I think
oh my God,
the shot will instantly make me deaf. And then blood will start flowing down on top of me.
I didn't think about that part. When you told me that this morning, I was like, oh, yeah, it'll bleed right through the hole.
Yeah. Then
and all into the house.
Then my wife will, be like, what the hell's going on? The neighbors will call the cops thinking it's some sort of domestic violence thing. And then as I'm getting arrested, my wife's taking my sons in my Trump truck and driving away, leaving me. All for killing a raccoon. Seems a bit unnecessary. But so that's why I didn't do that.
Well, welcome to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Ross is over there. Samantha's over there.
And hold on, did Forrest Gump have AIDS?
That's okay. Holy moly, dude! You just telepathically stole my thoughts.
The true ending is that
if Jenny had AIDS, and then they had a baby together, then the baby had AIDS, and so did Forrest Gump.
Yeah. It should be called AIDS.
Yeah.
Tragic tale.
Yeah.
It should be called.
It should be called The Gumps Have AIDS. All the Gumps have AIDS.
I feel like it wouldn't have been as popular.
Yeah. You know what? you know which shrimp I'm least likely to buy when I go to the supermarket? The one where the owner has AIDS. And I know that's terrible to say.
Even though you can't spread it through shrimp,
No.
I don't.
I don't know that. I'm ignorant.
Yeah, you're right. But here's the thing: if there was the Gump AIDS shrimp and then the other shrimp, I'm just gonna go the other way. Just
exactly.
In case.
Well, here I'm gonna throw something at you, and you tell me whether you agree or not. If I'm doing a chef challenge, and you tell me, well, this chef right here is fucking clean, good, just a good guy, and this guy over here, he's a good guy too, but he was a drug addict and he fucked around and got AIDS. Yeah. Each will prepare a shrimp scampi, and I'm like, I don't know. You'd second guess it.
Even if the other guy with the AIDS was a little bit better, I'd still be like, I can't really.
And nicer and a better person.
Yeah, I would still be like, just give me the other guy.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to check this box. Don't look down on me. Don't judge me.
But if they blind test you.
I could taste the AIDS. It tastes like iron. It's like a tangy.
It tastes like blood. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you're like,
yep, there it is.
Spit that out.
5-second rule. I'm fine.
Give me something. Alcohol. Wash my mouth out.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So, Vivi, I got to ask you about Colombian women, because there's always the stereotype that, I'm sure you've heard this before, but like even growing up in Miami, all my friends are like, "Oh, she's from Colombia." And there seems to be that stereotype about Colombian women and how beautiful they are. Is it genetics? What is it, Vivi? Because you obviously are a beautiful woman. Am I making it awkward for everybody?
You are. Yeah.
Wow, I looked away.
Well, I'm sorry.
Her husband's right there.
I know. I was looking at his eyes.
He's in front.
It's a compliment. It's a compliment.
Tell her she's beautiful in Spanish.
Yeah. I forgot the beautiful.
Wow.
It's
Bellissima? Bonita?
Bonita. Muy bonita. Vivi.
Wow.
So, have you heard that stereotype about Colombian women, Vivi?
Bueno, the Colombian woman loves take care our imagine. Imagine. My women in my country love to do a sport, love eat healthy. We try to keep our body shape.
Yeah.
But I think the beautiful no is in the body. The beautiful is in the mind, in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think in all countries you can find beautiful women, but the more important thing is the heart woman.
Thank you, guys, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
All right.
See ya.
Take care. See you guys. All right, there we go.
That was your chance to say adios.
I know that was your chance. That was your chance. We lost. Oh God, we did it. Okay, well we did it. You embarrassed me. I think we did the best we could. I thought we did pretty good. That was pretty good.
Were you asking her how she is so hot?
I'm
in front of her
blocking.
husband?
I'm blocking that part out. He looked like a guy that was okay with it, though, dude.
Yeah, he was fine.
He was like,
He knows what he's got.
Yes, I know. She is gorgeous.
The white hat and goatee tells me that you're cool with
Dude,
whatever.
you gotta be a confident boy to wear a jet white hat. Like if you're wearing a bright white hat, you're a cool dude.
Yeah. What are you gonna tell him?
Talk about
We're
your
Twin
waitress.
Oh, the waitress comes. She's probably 23. big, like she's wearing these so tight of shorts, like you could see camel toe and her ass cheeks hanging out.
Yeah.
And
what do the boys think? They have no concept of that yet?
No concept of it. But
I'm surprised Max was like, ooga, like.
The waitress was like, oh, your boys are so cute. Like,
doting on
cheeks,
them
doting on them.
Did your wife like that? Or was she like, don't touch them with your filthy cum hands?
No.
Oh, my God.
No, she understood the whole, and then I'm like, I like this. And she's like, of course you do. And I'm like, I'm going to start coming here.
Can I kiss your son with my dick-sucking lips, please?
With my sons, and we're going to enjoy, and we're going to have this Bud Light Dad experience.
Yeah. See, I'm not going to get that. It's not like I can take my daughter. Well, I mean, I guess eventually, when she comes out of the closet to me and says that she's gay, I can take her. But I can't take my daughter to Twin Peaks and oogle at the girls. Probably not a good thing to do, even if you are a Bud Light Dad.
There was families everywhere. I thought, because right when we walked in, I go, am I going to be the guy that
bar
brings
food? Kids love bar food.
Yeah, I thought, am I going to bring the guy that brings their kids to like a guy hangout, family restaurant? Like there was families in every booth, and then there were some Bud Light dads by themselves, but every other Bud Light dad had their family, their wife and kids. And then I realized, I was like, all right, like this
but
is
if they
inviting.
Had their choice,
and then
would
the chicks,
kids...
our asses are hanging out. I'm like, there's a horniness, and there's a Bud Light, and there's football and wings.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is it.
You're listening to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Thank you for downloading.
And also, and I don't even know if he's a BDM or not, but oh my God, I'm dealing with fucking old pedophile Chris. And all night long.
He got kicked out eventually.
Yeah, but it was
he cried.
It was the end of the event. And I told them at the very beginning, right when the event started, people from Johnny's came up to me and like, hey, this guy's getting out of control, screaming, blah, blah.
We're like, which guy? They're like, the guy that has a tattoo of the Mad Hatter on his back.
That says bad at life.
Yeah,
he has a bad at life tattoo on his back?
Yeah, and then he also
has
a Tom and Dan tattoo on his... he made me kiss it while he was crying as he was being ejected. I felt bad. I hugged him, though. He's like, come on, man, don't kick me out. I was like, well...
It's the end of the fucking event.
You are flicking your tongue and butt popping all around.
But at the very beginning, they came up to me like, this guy's out of control. I know it's Chris. Let me go fucking just reason with him and say, listen, be cool. And immediately, I mean, he's blacked out drunk in the first...
Did you try to speak like him? We were like, hi there, dude. Hey, little jet. Peep what I'm. Peep what I'm digging. You vibe.
I went up to him and then I'm like, hey, Chris. And
you got to keep this on the DL.
I'm like, you got to knock it down.
The flip flap.
I'm like, you got to bring it down to a 5. I'm like, you're at a 10 right now. He's like, Tommy, come on, man, Tommy. And then he's like, no. And then he get like a little bit angry, and then I see like an anger in his eyes.
Every time I saw him, he'd just look at me and go, hey, and then he go, he'd flick his tongue out. I'd be like, what is? I don't even know what that means.
And then hey, and then I'm like, just bring it down. And I'm like, I'll give you some stickers. He's like, where's my sticker? I'm like, I'll give you a sticker. I'm like,
it's like a baby.
I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, just knock it down 5 pegs, and then no, hell no.
I think
and then,
he did for a little while. He was okay.
And
I saw him booty popping on the stage.
And an hour later, he's breakdancing, but he never got on the ground. He's doing that thing where you do the footwork on the top, you run around in a circle.
Yeah.
So
the warm up.
And then of course every fucking scumbag is egging him on. And then when I go down there, like, get off the stage, everybody boos me, and I'm like, you'll be sorry when he's fucking stabbing you later. I'm trying to keep it.
Chris won't stab you. He's just party animal. Wow, that's an embarrassing. That aged well.
Welcome, the good old days of pedophile Chris.
The good old days of
It was a different time where you could celebrate.
A lot of people don't know that Pedophile Chris is the president of T&D Media, but we call him Boss Man Chris. He's our program director.
You know what's interesting is that when the whole Pedophile Chris thing happened, no one said anything.
Nobody told us anything. Nobody said like, hey.
We got no pushback.
Dan started calling him Pedophile Chris. Maybe you shouldn't say that. We thought, well, it's groundbreaking to have a pedophile on your show.
Everybody just laughed at it. He was at the events with the goddamn ankle bracelet. People were celebrating it.
Yeah.
Then it took a turn. What year was it? it.
I will tell you. I want me to tell you something I never have told anybody. When he got dropped off,
2017.
When he got dropped off at Johnny's, he was dropped off by a minor driving him there. That's weird. I don't know. That's not true. But he was asked to leave by you, and he did cry as he was exiting the parking lot. That is a true story.
Then at some point, people are like, "You can't."
It's on.
You can't have this guy on your show. And then we're like, "Oh."
Well, we found out the actual story behind.
Did we?
Why he was arrested? Oh yeah, I got the full story, and I told you guys, and that's when we parted ways.
Okay.
Because he told us a completely different story than what actually happened.
Yeah, he lied to us. He lied. It's the equivalent of giving.
Which of course a pedophile's gonna lie.
Never tell me the truth.
I've never met an honest pedophile.
It's the opposite of the Al Capone. He did big crimes but got busted for tax evasion. Pedophile Chris, opposite. He's like, it's a little bit of a skirmish.
And then then there was that sweet spot when we're like, he's a British voiced pedophile. We're like, yeah, way funnier. Now we have a droneman.
Not as good.
No, I just wanted to see.
Not as good as Pedophile Chris.
How you doing, buddy?
Well, listen, what's more exciting to the show, a pedophile or a guy who yaks on about drones?
Okay. Do we need to do a warm-up? Is everybody sort of warm? Is there anything?
Yeah.
I'll give you a warm-up topic. I love my pee-pee dog Dansby more than anything. He's my favorite member of my house.
Okay.
I hold him and I hug him and I kiss him all over and I kiss him head to toe.
All right.
I've never been more in love with an animal before. I'm completely smitten. And he feels the same way about me. Mm-hmm. We are the only two penises in the Dennis household, and we have to hold strong. We're small, stout, pink-bellied men with tiny little tuna can dicks. And we have to...
but his retracts.
Mine retracts. Anxiety.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Anxiety medication. Yeah, and I have a sheath. I am a human Westie. I have a sheath. I should be allowed... You just gave me a topic. Here's the warm-up. If dogs can walk around with a sheathed penis, nude, then uncircumcised men who take anxiety medication should be allowed to walk around nude with a sheathed penis. You're not saying anything.
We need our bright lights on. They're saying there's a dark cloud over Tom.
My God.
His does look extra dark for some reason.
Everything in this room keeps going out, and I'm a little over it.
Dark cloud over Tom just sounds like his.
You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like is I don't like Bluetooth. I'm gonna bitch as an old man. It's not reliable enough, man. It's not. Okay.
I agree.
I feel a lot better after yelling that. It's just not there.
Move your camera a little, like.
We moved
the sorry.
We were on a different podcast last night. We were on MediaPath podcast.
You guys.
Yeah, we're trying to do what.
Tour.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. We're trying to be like Samantha and do what you're supposed to do and go on other podcasts. But we're we hate other podcasts because we're the best podcast, and
I don't know about that.
We're the best around. We're the best I know. Name one better. Two Moofs. They're pretty good. They're pretty.
I mean,
they got the Moofs.
Rogan, Kreischer, Segura, Marin,
Bill Simmons,
Corolla. I mean, there's like
700
ones.
I'm gonna,
Russell Wilson does.
Russell Wilson. That's better than us. I'll even go News Junkie and Monsters. Everything better.
There's hundreds.
1% better.
No, I don't know.
Have you seen Russell Wilson's Subway commercial?
No.
Like the really creepy. He talks about like spicy meatball.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, it is.
Is he messing with everybody, or is that how?
I think that's how. I think that's how
he's a weirdo.
He's a weirdo, but he doesn't understand that he comes off as a weirdo.
Right. He thinks he's cool.
Yeah.
Like it's unfortunate. Or maybe not. Maybe he's just blissfully ignorant and thinks he's cool, and it's fine.
Well, I lean towards what you guys are saying because of all the former Seahawks players talking shit about him now. Yeah. And so it's like
trashing him.
That's a tell that you were there for that long, and you were like, I guess, the most famous quarterback the Seahawks had
of all time.
Oh yeah, and then
you want to see
as soon as you leave, all the players are talking shit. That means you're a dick,
we'll
or
talk
you're
about
a weirdo, or they're just clowning you.
We can just talk about it, right? Let's talk about it with Kenny. All right. Let me make sure I got my last button. Yeah. All right. Check. Hey. All right. You guys ready to begin? Would you like to start?
Sure.
The Wednesday is done. We do need an intro. Where does this go? Thursday 1?
Thursday 1, yeah. We're just going to basically do Thursday.
Okay.
1 and 2 probably.
Sounds good. Here we go. And 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Our producer Samantha is here. Hello, Sam.
Hola.
It's very rare that, how many times do you think we've said Tom, Dan, Samantha? How many times do you think we've done that?
I don't know.
It's kind of insane when you think about it, right?
Yeah, it's been a lot.
I will tell you, I'm not going to make this long. I would like to switch that up in some way for 2023. Don't know how to do it. And you know what happens when I try to switch things up? People get mad.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's set in their ways now. We can't change. We're going to ride this till it crashes.
And then we got to find something else. We got to find something new. Go to tomandan.com. Check out the website. You can go to tomandan.com/merchandise, and you can find all of the merch that we have for purchase. If you want to get some Christmas gifts, if you want to get some stuff for a loved one, I would get it now because some of the stuff that we have on there is all that we have, and it will sell out.
Yes. Kenny Sampson's here. How you doing, Kenny?
Hey, you guys should go by your middle names. Just do an intro and be like,
No.
Lee and Chisholm?
Lee, Chisholm, and...
No,
we
like
sound
that.
like a Southern man and his Indian compadre.
Lee Chisholm and Ann is
What's up? It's me, General Lee, and Kimasabi, old
and
Chisholm.
Chief Chisholm.
Yeah, we're the most rootin'
With Raggedy Ann.
Yeah, with Raggedy Ann. We're the rootin' tootin' racist
Ratchety
podcast.
Ann.
Why racist?
We really should do
Why not?
Lee and Kimasabi with Raggedy Ann.
God damn it.
no one's ever advertised that they are the racist podcast.
Oh, yeah, they have.
I mean,
yeah,
You know, last night I got into I can't even tell you the site I was on. I don't even, it's just, this is like literally the magnet pulling. Can't even tell you the site I got on. I started clicking through and then, why I was on let's say a racist website was because I wanted to see if they're allowed, right? Because I started thinking, I'm like, if you were just like a crazy, just hate blowtorch, right? Like you're just the guy.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to like buy, your like, let's say you had hate.com, like, are you allowed to have that and then just have a webpage where you just do whatever you want?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is that and then I went and
You can do whatever on
well,
the
I
internet.
did find out it's not really a thing. A lot of places won't take your site. A lot of people don't want to carry that. A lot of people don't want to be on the hook for that.
Mr. Daddy doesn't like that.
Yeah, well, like some of your big GoDaddy. A lot of your bigger.
I know.
He likes
Mr.
it.
Daddy's somebody else that I watch.
He likes it when I call him Mr. Daddy. Tom has changed his name to Mr. Daddy. And
I thought he was Plant Daddy.
And I'm General Lee. It's the General Lee and Mr. Daddy show. Which sounds like a real radio show. But anyway, I landed on this one website and I was looking through it, and sure enough, right there in front of me was like a racist morning show. It was like but like all racist. It was like literally they had the branding, it had the imaging.
Like a racist radio.
It was like a
wacky
racist, wacky
show.
morning show. And I'm like, yep, there it is. And nothing surprises me.
The Aryan Nation in the morning.
That's exactly what
Oh
it
my
kind of,
God.
yeah, but they're out there. So, yeah, like Tom said, if you can dream it, you can do it. I guess.
Join the Brotherhood this Monday at 6 a.m.
It was very much like that and very embarrassing and cringe. So,
Well, hurricanes coming.
yeah,
It's
from
raining
racism
outside.
to hurricanes.
I realized I waited.
Nicole, get the hell out of here.
I realized I waited till the last minute to take my boat back.
You
to
realized
the marina.
that?
Well, I thought I had time.
You
I was
like looking out there and seeing it in front, right?
You're the one that told me there was an actual storm coming on Monday, and I had no idea.
I know.
Well,
You didn't think at that point you should move
This
your
guy's
boat?
an
thought it was
idiot
coming on
with the
Thursday.
flooding. Keep the boat near your house in
That's
case
right.
you need a jet.
It's actually a good plan.
Yeah, it's like a boat bug out bag.
I was like, I'll take the boat back to marina, this morning, and they were raining crazy. I'm out there trying to put the covers off.
I bet Jerry Jones doesn't do that. Jerry Jones doesn't have to run his boat back to the marina.
And I'm like, God damn it! I'm getting poured
I
on.
know, man.
Pain in the ass.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's my own fault. I don't know why I thought I had more time. I was like,
You always think you have more
But you
time.
did
I
it.
know.
You did it.
Yeah. And then I gotta go clean my gutters out. I didn't even do anything.
I asked you that yesterday, and you're like, I got it under control.
We didn't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
time to clean it yesterday. We had to do that other podcast.
Yeah.
And then he was getting grumpier because as the storm approaches, his gutters are like, yes, yes.
Well, the leaves are all falling off my trees because
told
it's,
you to cut the
it's
trees.
fall. So now we got a hurricane. The leaves are out. It goes clog my gutters.
You need that. You need that pressure washer hose attachment. That if you see the lazy guys, does that not work?
That's stupid because you'll be spraying all the gunk onto yourself. Like you know what I'm saying? You're standing there.
You're the one that's nude in a store.
Listen.
I've seen one of those contraptions. It's almost like a mesh covering that you can put over your
Don't
gutters.
talk about those when I bring. Oh, now you've done it. Now you've done it. Put the wig on. Put the wig on. That's the guest wig.
Why is there a wig here?
Sam wanted to make you wear it the entire time because she's grumpy too and she wants to bully you. And I said, no, you can't do it.
These idiots ruined my podcast.
How you doing, Kenny? What's been going on with you?
What's new, buddy?
Yeah, I did a show out in Las Vegas, one of those corporate gigs, but it was during the same time as the We Were Young festival. So like a horde of zombies, just all these emo kids wearing all black, just like parading down the strip.
It was a black parade.
There it is.
What's the We Are Young festival?
When we were young.
Oh.
Yeah, it was all like the...
What is this?
That's the oldest thing you can say about, what is this We Are Young festival?
Young.
It was like the festival of all like the mid-2000s emo bands like...
Your wife would have loved it. My Chemical Romance performance.
My Chemical Romance, Paramore,
enough with the damn
Death Cab. Like
her favorite band.
Yeah, all those things. It was canceled the first night because of crazy winds.
Yeah, what
Which
did
made
it do?
me laugh. I was like, oh, Fire Festival too, buddy.
I thought it was canceled for shoe mirrors.
Well, no. That sort of festival, everyone's wearing a tight black jeans.
Yeah, and they're all fat. I've never seen somebody wearing tight emo jeans that needed to wear tight emo jeans. I've never seen it.
I mean, not to bring it full circle, much like drone pilots, they're either morbidly obese or the skinniest.
Right.
Like, they're
no in between.
Super frail.
And if you're super skinny and you wear skinny jeans, you're just wearing jeans. So,
But it was funny. So I was there Halloween night, so it was a weird mix on the strip of like everyone in like, oh, there's sexy Buzz Lightyear, and then like dark black emo swoopy hair. It's all parading down. It was
That's cool. That's really, really cool. What did you do for the gig? What was your job?
It was a corporate travel show, so a bunch of like cruise ship owners and airlines and stuff like that all getting together, and I was just there making sure that they all got drunk and had a good time.
So you're a facilitator.
Yeah,
you just make things happen.
Yeah.
I like that.
What's the owner of a cruise ship look like? Like, what are we talking here?
Pretty much all like
Armenian.
Well, it was like Richard Branson. Like they're all like European.
Where are they from?
Most of them are
Dutch?
Most of them are European. Like, but I would say
I want a traditional Dutch shipbuilder. Like I want everything to be. I want to look over and see. I want to be able to look at him and be like, yeah, that guy owns boats. That's a shipman.
Yeah. I like the shipping heirs. Like somehow they're stinking rich beyond your wildest dreams. Like he's the heir to the
whatever
Buford shipping lanes or whatever it is. Like, and then it's like, what is that?
And
it's he owns a bunch of cargo ships.
I think it basically means that your family back years and years ago started bringing like over the things that we needed
spices.
to make a society.
You
had the tea and you had the frankincense and the myrrh and the spices and the salt.
Imagine
pepper.
How sweet it would be just to be born into shipping
my
money.
dad does spice.
Generational wealth. Dream about it every night.
You're just born, and then you're like, well, I have unlimited money. There is no way we're going to screw this up. Like we own giant barges and ships and like so much stuff that even if we made horrible business decisions for the next like 100 years,
we're fine.
We would still have billions of dollars. Like there's no wasting anything.
There's no like real
infinite.
Since everything's sort of been absorbed by massive companies, like Kraft Foods or when you look in the back of something, it's some sort of subsidiary of whatever it is. I've always wanted to own like a massive company that makes something that people love, like let's say like Jet Puff marshmallows, right? Let's say it's a $100 million company and everybody likes me and I'm just the marshmallow guy, something with no real baggage to it, I mean, don't look at where we're giving our money to politically because that'll change your mind. But we're just fun. We have a fun product.
Just sit there and make your marshmallow money and live your life. You're like, just do this, that,
and
whatever.
you're not having to worry about going out of style or staying relevant. You're a marshmallow for Christ's sake. You're useful.
Yeah, people are going to be eating marshmallows for hundreds of years.
You're
a
baked
set.
good. Everybody likes you, except for the hipsters. They like those handmade small batch marshmallows.
And they're square. They're not like that weird cylindrical shape.
I know.
and they send you an email, tell you how the company's going. You're like, oh, pretty good.
Pretty good.
You
look
go
at
by
your
your
bank
life.
account.
I don't know.
I think I'd be bored. I'd get up in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
What am I going to do today? I think I'm going to rent one of those Lime scooters and go downtown and
You start-
surprise a bum with some money like Mr. Beast.
You do some charity stuff, but you go to Cannes Film Festival on a yacht, and like you hobnob with Leo's there with your girlfriend.
You don't know him, but you're in the same room with him.
Yeah. You take a selfie,
and then you do like the charitable partnership. It's like, for every marshmallow we sell, we're going to donate 3 cents to kids in Africa.
I wouldn't do that. I would keep all the money. Not that I'm not charitable, but I just keep all the money.
It was weird. Some of the cruise lines were low-key throwing shade at each other because they all obviously get to do presentations to show off their wares, but
sometimes life isn't a carnival.
Well, because
we give back.
So Carnival,
Royal Caribbean.
So Carnival is sitting there and they're like, why spend thousands of dollars on your other cruise ships when you can just, come with us? And then Virgin Cruises will be like, who wants to deal with kids? Adults only cruises. And then there's another company that's like, our boat is the largest out in the sea right now.
Viking is like, we have the most of our patrons have that white jaw whip on their lips because they're old as F.
I forgot. I was talking to someone the other day about they were like, oh, why don't you maybe put together, some sort of kind of like we did the land cruise, but some sort of destination trip with your listeners, and then kind of like
Tom
the
and
cruises
Dan go to Egypt.
And
tours the pyramids.
I was explaining. I was like, well, that would be insanely expensive for everybody, right? And we wouldn't even come close to what the cruises can offer because the cruises are a unique industry in the fact that they bring over these floating hotels filled with employees that they pay nothing to, because they're all based in some other country, so they don't have to abide by our American laws. And they just have the cheapest food and drink and employees and help on these giant floating cruise ships. And they're able to offer you want to go on a 4-day cruise to Nassau, Bahamas with free drinks?
$175.
It's like insane.
We'll go way low. You're like, wow.
All food is paid. Hold on, all food. And they're like, all food. And it's like the only way you could do that is with an army of basically slave labor. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what their minimum wage is.
I think it's real bad.
It is low, and it's and they stay on the ships for long periods of time, and they come from impoverished countries, and it's the business.
You always, if you're me and Tom, you always befriend one, and you say you're gonna get him on the radio and make him a star.
Then one of your listeners get mad at you. You're like, I'm sorry, I'm drunk. I'm just saying things. You can't do that. I'm like.
What ends up happening, though, it's it's all impoverished employees, and then you'll have the 3 or 4 people that are part of the entertainment crew that run the bingo and the DJs, and they're American, but they're always just out of college. They're super hot, and they're staying in other people's rooms. They have a room in the ship, but they're sleeping with every passenger.
Oh, you think so? Oh, passengers,
easily.
you mean?
Oh, easily.
Well, there's a lot of that going on in the cruise industry. We a lot of hooking up and stuff, and it seems like a young person's game where if you're young, you want to travel around on cruises, make some money, and then bring it home, because essentially it's you could not spend any money while you're there because everything's taken care of, your where you're staying, all your food and stuff.
You're just chunking it away in your bank account.
But it still isn't that much, and therefore the cruises can offer so much. The price of the value is insane. So nothing else compares to something like that. You can't do that at. Even you go to the Royal Palms. That's being demolished in Cocoa Beach.
Yeah.
You couldn't
even that was $165 for my room, I think. At least that's what they wrote on the piece of paper.
Well, you had to pay for the convention center.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what's funny is that I think of and I would still go, but I think maybe I have hit a point of maximum velocity with cruising. I think I might be cruised out for a bit.
Well, you haven't gone on one in years now. I thought you were saying you might be back.
No, I think
Tony Palmiotti goes on a cruise
every day.
I don't think
once a month.
I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that, man. That's too much. But I think
we should call Tony and ask him what is true. He loves cruises.
Yeah.
Does he, or does he sit sad in the library at a day at sea?
He looks
just
his happiest
out
when
the
he's
window?
on a cruise.
He's gone on 10,000 cruises.
You can only drink. That's it. There's nothing.
He drinks and swims in a pool.
Yeah.
I can do that here.
You've seen those like retired couples that literally they live on a cruise ship. They'll literally like pay money to travel around the world and just that's their residence.
You can buy a stateroom on certain transatlantic boats. You can actually just become part of the boat.
Like it's a condo?
Yeah, you kind of like, there's special deals where there was one trip that me and Andrea were going to take when we didn't have kids, and we were going to end up flying into London, seeing our friends that live in the city, taking in an Arsenal match, and then getting on a boat. I think it was a Royal Caribbean, and then because they're coming back for
transatlantic,
back,
and
then you transatlantic back, and I was like, man, that would be amazing to do that. I think it was only because it wasn't a ton. I think it ended up only being 8 days back on the boat. I was like, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but when you the way back at sea, I feel like you start going stir crazy after a while on the boat. There's only so much you could do. Although there's a casino, the buffet, you just walk, that's an old person's game.
Well, that's why Tony likes it.
Go walk around the track a few times.
Yeah. Although
Shuffleboard.
I don't think Tony gambles that much.
And he's not a huge drinker.
Yeah, but they have a lot of shows on the cruises.
I mean, how many tributes to America can you see? You're like, I get it. This country's pretty free. It's pretty great. I like
he
it.
He goes to like burlesque shows. I don't know if you guys follow Tony, but
they have burlesque shows on the bout?
On some of them.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, but what?
I mean,
Tony makes sure to take pictures with the ladies after the show.
Are you allowed to do that? Oh my God.
Well, I mean, it's pretty tame, right?
It's pretty tame.
It's pretty tame, man.
The burlesque show.
Mr. Daddy over there.
Yeah, I guess it's gotta be, right? It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Unless it's the adults only, right?
Is there? I remember when cruise ships were a bit more
risque. They had those topless sun decks.
Yeah, my dad would go to the topless sun deck and lay out there and talk to my mom. It was always a joke with my mom.
Don't they have swingers cruises?
I'm sure they do.
Where they rent out a whole boat, like the 6-man or whatever, but it's just like a swingers
boat.
boat.
On that, I bet are just atrocious.
I'm surprised, and this was actually an idea that my co-host on Two Moose podcast, Matt, he and I were talking about a business idea. Why couldn't you just rent a boat, go the 3 miles out, and then just have like prostitution crazy?
Well,
isn't that what they tried to do with the Vikings back in the day? Didn't they?
Remember
that scandal? Sam, look up the Minnesota Vikings prostitution.
But the problem was they
international waters.
Well, a pontoon boat in Great Lakes.
That's exactly. That was the problem. They weren't in international waters. I think they were just like
it doesn't work with lakes. But I think there's some sort of rules you still have to abide by, like the international water thing. I've always said international water, anything goes, but there's some sort of wherever you're based at, like you can't do that. I don't know, something like that. I mean, you can go gambling, but
that's the thing. So, and I'm not saying it's like a free for all, like you can murder people out there, but I'm just saying, much like brothels in Nevada, you have a brothel boat. And the whole thing is, just wait till we're 3 miles out, then we conduct business.
Dude, let's open up a soup restaurant called Tom and Dan's Brothel. Right? It's kind of like that dessert place here in town that's named Better Than Sex. And my mom, oh my God, my wife continues to go on that website like once a month to try and get us a reservation for Better Than Sex. They're not a client. This is a free plug. And we can't get one. And then I'm like, well, I'll never know. And I get mad about it.
Spoiler alert.
Tom and Dan's Brothel.
Spoiler alert, it's not.
What?
Better Than Sex.
Oh, you've been there?
Yes.
Pretty good?
Oh, it's good.
Well, it depends on how good the sex is, too, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Are we talking?
there's some bad ones. Here's why.
There's some bad sex out there.
There's tons of swinger cruises, by the way.
I figured there would be.
Here's
that
why.
Also means there's tons of dudes walking around fully shaved wearing beads. Oh, my God. If you're a grown man who fully shaves, you're downstairs, and you wear beads, you should be pushed over the boat.
Here's why there's not a brothel like Sun Cruise casino boat, right? Because have you been on a Sun Cruise casino boat? Because I imagine it would have to be like, okay, say we tried to do this, right? And then we'd have to get one of those like weirdo 3-story party boat.
That they always smell a little musty when they're wet.
They used to be wedding boats.
This
and
boat is damp.
We put a bunch of slot machines in there and some tables.
Did you say slop?
No. But it's if you go on this gambling, like go 3 miles out and gamble, So you go out, and then they tell you, like, all right, we're 3 miles, which I always are like,
you guys doing the gross stuff.
How accurate are you? Like, there's no cops out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's checking?
I don't know. You could go a mile and a half, and it's just fine.
Yeah. Like, I feel like you can go 500 feet and start gambling. No one's gonna board the vessel, and like the gambling cops are gonna come. No one's gonna rat on you. Like, who would even know? Anyway,
you're half in and half out.
The problem is you go on the like the Bordello boat, and then
the wacky morning show name we gave it was the Tugboat.
Okay,
yeah.
So
I like that.
So let's put myself in my position, right? I'm like recently divorced. I'm like I need to blow off some steam.
Hey, there it is. All right.
I'm too awkward. I'm too lazy to go to Latitudes to try to pick up girls. Right? I don't even know where to go.
What's this brothel boat all about? I think I'll put on my finest polo, my UFOs, and go get myself.
So I'm just like, I just need to go on the brothel boat, and just get laid one time.
Are you like covering your face? Are you wearing a bag? You put a Walmart bag over your head when you're walking in?
I see some listeners. Like, I see
Tom,
some BDMs.
I'm just like you.
Yeah. And it's sad
I'm too
for
awkward
me.
to buy a hooker too.
So,
BDM, tip touch.
So we get on the boat, and then there's the sex workers. I'm pretty sure they.
Well, first you got to walk up the plank, and they're all lined. They do that. They do like a soul train.
Yeah.
They do a soul train line so you can pick one out, and you have all different races and size, body shapes are all represented. Then the captain. I'm the captain. I'm at the end. I'm dressed but I'm dressed fully shaved with beads on. And a captain's hat.
So I walk up the plank, and all the girls are lined up.
And I'm at the end, and it's real awkward because I'm real pink.
And then there's some other BDMs, and so then you have to, like, there's some procedures they have to go over because it's like a cruise. They still have to say, like,
hey, it's time for the muster drill.
They tell you where the life jackets are and stuff, and all the clientele. We're like, we don't care if we die, we die. we're sad.
I mean, look at us, we're already dying.
Yeah. We are sad and we feel bad, but we
are sad and we feel bad.
Yeah. So we don't care if this thing goes over.
We don't care. Shave all your hair.
It's God telling us we don't deserve to live. Anyway, so then we start going out, and then they have the food options. Like, here's some buffet. It's included in the ticket.
You get like a baked chicken. You get baked chicken with a seasonal vegetable. Seasonal vegetable and a wild rice.
Yeah. So I'm eating my fried cod.
It's not fried. Are you crazy? This is a poached.
Yeah, and
it's a poached fish with you get like a scallop potato.
So I'm horrible with buffets that give me too many options. So I put the cod.
It's hard to
spaghetti.
do a buffet on rocky seas too.
Yeah. And then I put like the brownies, like a whole plate of disgusting.
And I walk by. I'm the captain. I'm like, hey, don't hog the rolls. One roll.
I'm eating that while thinking this. Probably,
by the way, I'm not wearing pants. I'm still beads. Captain's hat.
This isn't a good decision right before I have to do it. So anyway, I'm stuffing myself. I'm sitting there. I have a warm Miller Lite.
How are you dressed? We didn't talk about it.
I have a Hawaiian shirt on. And the holster to a gun, but no gun.
Exactly.
The shoulder holster.
So you're dressed like fired detective. You're like, get the hell out of here. Turn in your gun.
Yeah, tiny shorts, my UFOs.
UFOs, 4 inches. He got 4 inches on, 4-inch shorts, tiny shorts.
Boat shoes, no socks.
No, he's got on his UFOs because he needs to be able to skedaddle if the popo shows up.
So then, I don't know how, like, Kenny, you tell me. It's your business idea.
The 3 mile out horn.
Do I have to pay while I'm there? Is it included in? I think you have to pay. You have to choose the girl, right? Like, what's that place? The
Bunny Ranch.
The Bunny Ranch. Yeah. Like, so they're all lined up. It's me, some BDMs.
You'd be too awkward to choose.
Yeah.
How would
See,
you
and
choose?
that's why you charge to get on the boat. So there's an initial fee just to get on the boat, then you pay for any accoutrements.
I kind of like where he's going. Kenny's actually thought this out. You're going to need a fee in case somebody chickens out, or I'm not going to be able to run my boat out there.
So here I'm getting to the problem.
You know how embarrassing it is to run out of gas on a boat when you're just wearing a captain's hat and beads?
So I awkwardly choose the girl, or she says like, "Hey, honey, what about me?" And then I'm like,
what is she, an old Southern?
Hey, honey.
What about me? Kiss my grip.
And then I'm like, I don't want her, but I'm too. I don't want
to. What's wrong with her?
Well, there's a lot wrong wrong. And I'm too awkward.
What is it? Am I too old for you?
I don't want to hurt her feelings, so I'm just like, okay,
I may have a
thank
little
you.
mileage, but I'm totally reliable.
So I go, okay, thank you. And then we go, and then they bring me into one of the rooms, right?
Like, oh my God, you're shaking. You're so nervous.
Yeah. And
oh my
You
God,
can
bless
keep your
heart.
UFOs on.
Yeah.
And
then,
don't take your UFOs off. It smells like malt vinegar.
Yeah. So then there's this awkward where she's sitting at the edge of the bed. She's like,
would you like for me to take off my back brace?
she's like, don't worry, honey. A lot of my clients experience this problem.
You got ED.
I got ED.
ED.
Yeah. And it's really because I like the gravity of what I've done sinks in. I'm out in the middle of like off the coast of Cocoa Beach, and then I'm with this sex worker. I'm like,
are you
missing
in a room? Or are you just out like by the?
No,
are you out by like the safety boat?
No, they take me down to the rooms, and then I'm sitting.
It's not
at the edge.
really a room.
Yeah.
It's like a hole.
Yeah. Well,
with like a mattress and
they've modified some like the old wedding room.
Yeah.
They put some
they put up some hospital curtains.
Some hospital curtains.
It's like at its worst. It's 16 ugly men getting tugged at the same time.
Yeah. There's hospital. I can smell them.
Smells like a hospital in here.
I could hear Mike B through the curtain.
It's just conference center pipe and drape.
Exactly.
So I'm like the weight of everything. I'm thinking of my sons, and then they're like,
they're fully grown by the time you're doing it.
Yeah, they're at home. They're
they're texting you.
They got the new stepdad.
They're trying to FaceTime you.
They're calling.
They dropped him off at the port.
Mom says the check is late again. You piece of S.
So then, right, like 5 minutes before, I finally get one going, right? So because I'm like, I can't waste my money. It's all I have. The podcast is done.
UFO power.
And then she does that move where she's like, time's up, and then she's straight business. And I thought you loved me. You were so nice earlier. Like, why are you screaming time's up?
Why are you being so mean?
And then then she's like, time's up. I'm sorry. That's it. Get out. I'm the next customer.
And then I come in, but this time I'm fully dressed because now it's business. I'm like, everybody out.
So here's the problem, Kenny. I'm getting to the problem. Is the time's up, and we've got 4 more hours at sea. Right?
Well, just for gambling and drinking.
Yeah. So now I'm sitting at the top on the Lido deck.
Why don't you find a lady?
No,
I wasted all my money.
Up.
Yeah, time's up. That was it. That was all the money.
You make it like the improv schedule. You have like a 7 o'clock and you got a 9 o'clock.
Second show.
Second showing?
And each it's only an hour. You get an hour out, then you come back.
This is like
you do a
buying
second
back
show.
in a poker tournament. You can't, that's like admitting defeat.
Yeah. And I don't know if I want the second show.
You don't
what's happening with the first show?
Well, she already hit the buffet, so trust me, you don't want the second show because she went through and it was vegetarian lasagna.
And so, like a casino boat, when you're out of money and you're just sitting at the top paying $8 for a Bud Light,
and it's not even cold,
and you're just waiting till you inevitably have to get back at 1 a.m. and then drive drunk back to Orlando, and then the saddest drive back. Yeah. It's the shame and the sadness and the possible DUI all the way back.
I do remember coming back from dates where I may have drunkenly made out with some hag and looking in the mirror and seeing some of the lipstick still on my face and being like, you disgusting. God, you're so gross.
You say that's a problem, but it's a problem just for the customer. As a business owner, I still got your money.
No, okay.
And you know, there's going to be more and more people.
But I'm not going back,
I'm just the captain.
And then I'm telling my, the small podcast listeners I have left, because at this time, Daniel moved on. To,
no, I'm just with you, buddy.
Oh, you're
Follow
still
you
with
to hell.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Me and Daniel. And then I tell, whoever's still listening about my horrible experience. But you're right. It doesn't hurt your bottom line.
You tell horrible experience, people will be like, I should try it.
You're right.
They'll just be like, oh, that's Tom's fault.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because
what we just described, every one of our listeners would try that.
It could be
right. Like you just you almost sold it.
It could be a 1.4 star Google rating, but people will be like, I'll still chat.
Yeah.
Because
you're right.
You also
it's like angel trumpets. You hear the stories of the guy jumping out the hotel room 5th floor and landing on his own car, and you're like, what is it like?
That won't happen to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm,
what did he feel like?
I don't even have any windows in my room.
It's almost like your idea of if radio just had dead air, people would listen, anticipating what's happening. If it's a 1.4 star rating, you'd be like, Why is it 1 star? Let me try this out.
Ratings don't really matter anymore. I mean, there are people that, you got to, remember, I think it was maybe 3 weeks ago, there was a dude that went viral for basically telling you how to find authentic Chinese food in your area by hacking the rating. And he was like, if you want authentic Chinese, you got to do a little digging, but I'm going to tell you how to do it. And Sam, you could probably find this guy's video. He says you got to look for like a 3 or a 2.5 or something like that. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no. He's like, you got to understand that. And he explains why. And he uses like real logic and analytics to tell you why you want it to be a 2.5.
That's better than
a 5. He's like, a 5. He's like, that's suspect. He's like, that's not real. I want to get what he's saying right. I don't want to bastardize what the guy said.
It's probably white
it's a
people.
Good video.
Because white people are like, oh, this Chinese food isn't what I'm used to because they're used to, the Panda Express.
The corporate BS, fast food, Chinese food.
Oh, do we want to talk about this Russell Wilson,
I forgot about that.
This weird Russell Wilson commercial? I've got it.
Before that, the Chinese food. Let me ask you guys, okay, because you guys eat Chinese food.
You don't like Chinese food?
No, I do. Like, I get hot kung pao chicken.
What? I heard that too.
Kung pao.
You may have to edit this.
So why? Okay. All Chinese food restaurants in strip malls, right, look exactly the same,
yes.
but they're individually owned.
Yes.
So
and they buy from the same restaurant supply store.
Okay, but
I think that's the reason.
Not one owner has decided to change it up a little bit.
Because it works. Because it works.
Is that why?
Why change it up?
Yep.
You can get the picture of the sesame beef from the place. Your sesame beef looks exactly the same. Just
all the same.
Just print
because if you're immigrating from a foreign country, you don't want to gamble with being the wacky Chinese restaurant
you don't
and having it fail.
Don't break the dude. It's an equation that works.
Okay, I understand that.
I like some of the quotes of people that I found the video is on a TikTok. The guy with the 3.5 star rating. Some people say, I look for the quality of the chairs. If they have those faded pink pleather chairs and lots of Chinese movie posters, the food's going to be fire.
Yeah.
Another person, I use the welcome rule. If you walk in and they greet you, just leave because the food will be mid. I want them to ignore me like my high school crush.
Yeah, that's one of the tips the guy gives. He's like, and Andrea and I have been using this. So when we walk into because we love Asian food. It's like our whole family loves it. Maisie is like literally, now she got the fire. Like now she's got the itch for it, and I take her places. So when we walk into like a market or something and nobody looks at us, I'm like, oh, here it comes. Here comes the best dim sum we've ever had, because they don't really...
well, they don't have to, right? Because the food's good. Who cares?
Exactly. And most of the time they might be serving, let's just be honest, maybe they're serving a high concentration of people that were from their area, right?
Yeah.
And maybe they don't get a lot of like me in there, and that's fine, and I'll just get the food and be on my way and tip really good and yum yum.
I like it. And last thing before we talk about the Russell Wilson one, but like I like it when they it's like you're wasting their time. So you're like, yeah, I'll have Szechuan beef. Okay, and you know what? They just go.
Go.
Yes, and okay, done. Are you done?
And it's always 10 minutes. It always takes
10 minutes.
Yep.
Also, somebody in the chat room said twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live or YouTube Tom and Dan Live if you want to catch our live stream. Said that it works for taco places too. It does. If you walk into a tiny gas station and they have a taco place set up and you walk over to it and it looks awesome and smells awesome, but nobody is telling you about it and they're kind of like not pointing at it, not saying welcome, there's no place to sit. Get those tacos, get their sauce bar. There's a place over by Little Pasoto that has tacos like that, and they're the best tacos in the world, but you'd never know that place even existed.
Also, when I go in to pick up my pickup order at a Chinese food restaurant, they go by the phone number and not by the name, which I'm always like...
I'm not going to say your dumbass white American name. I'm going to write your number down because numbers make sense.
Yeah, but then when I say, I'm like, it's under Crystal Van or Tom Van, and then they look through all the orders that are sitting there, like, I don't know, what's the number? And I tell them the number, and then they look through all the things, and then they hand it to me confused. Then I'm like, is this the right one?
It's crazy.
Is it? Like,
just take it.
No, but it always is, right?
It isn't?
Yeah, it always is.
But why are you confused and handed it to me? Like, you should be confident.
And it is weird. Chinese restaurants have like 99.9% accuracy. Like, you can make a bunch of customizations and a bunch of wacky orders.
They're pretty good at
it
detail.
will be pretty dang accurate.
Yeah, we got one that we like to go to that I am mesmerized by the way they pack my food, because it has a little piece of cardboard in the bottom.
Yep.
Everything is stacked perfectly. The mustards are down on the side next to the rice getting warm, right? right? The napkins are on the top. The utensils and chopsticks are on the top. And then
everything's packed to the brim.
Yeah, and they tie our chopsticks with the top. So it is a Christmas present. It is perfect. I don't even want to open it. It's so perfect.
I like it when they tie the thing at the top so you're carrying it, but then instead of having to figure out how to untie it, it's like, no. Just pull it. Just pull it, and it magically opens.
We're using things the way they were supposed to be used.
Is it the only industry that nothing has changed branding-wise? Like the boxes, the bags, the
well, traditional, yes, I think you're right. Because we got a lot of new Chinese restaurants, but
fortune cookies, the soy sauce branding, nothing's changed.
Nothing.
I mean, in 30 years? 40 years.
Maybe, no,
50
you might,
years.
You might be able to go 50 years because think about when you
50 years.
Well, this is a pertinent topic.
How's that possible?
Well, we're all going to go and either
if it
watch.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
Correct. We're either all going to go watch or we're going to try to avoid Christmas Story. And where do they go at the end? Spoiler alert. I mean, and it looks pretty much like places I can go right now in Orlando and get a Chinese food meal.
Well, there's the sit-down version, in Christmas,
I love sit-down
and then
Chinese.
there's the to-go strip mall place.
I love
those
both.
are two different.
I love both, and they both have their place. But I tell you right now, I love old person, quiet, green and red, darkly lit Chinese restaurant sit-down is... It just, I love it.
With the to-go places, I love the fact that, or the strip mall places, I always love the fact that no one ever eats there, but they always have the one small table with two chairs facing each other, just in case someone wants to eat there.
Yeah, but I feel like they would be mad at you if you did that. They'd be looking at you the whole time and be like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Like, why are you sitting down here? But... I mean, society has changed in 50 years. Like, so much has changed, but their business model, nothing's changed. Branding, how they do business, their cash register, their photos, their everything, nothing's changed.
Because fried salt rules. You know, I mean,
yeah, but
I
still,
love the flavors of Chinese food. I love onion in a wok. Onion? In a wok or that egg and fried rice. Oh, my God.
But the
now I want Chinese.
I want Chinese bad right now.
The internet hasn't changed it at all? Like, just like it's something. Nothing.
There are a few things that you can get now that's really cool. I've never done it, but I see them all the time advertised to me. They're trying to get me that you can go and you can buy, I think Angel. Our buddy Angel from the Monsters and What the Hell is Angel listening to? He got the subscription box to all the Chinese or Asian snacks. You can get like curated snack boxes now that come from Asia. And then now they have a thing where you can get like ramen delivered directly to your home from like famous ramen places. I don't know how that works considering we have good ramen here in town that you could go to and support a local business, but you can get a subscription service to ramen. So I would say I would offer that as a change. I mean, yeah, you can get basically anything you want.
But the strip mall Chinese place has been giving me the 2 egg rolls in the same
in the little wax bag.
The wax bag for 50 years.
50 years.
Same 50 years. Like,
and that wax bag works.
Not even one owner is this like, hey, we can get these wax bags with our logo printed on them.
Why?
Too much
Why
money.
do you need that?
No,
Too much money.
It's got to be translucent.
Just try it.
When have you ever seen a commercial for Chinese food? A billboard for Chinese food?
Need it.
You don't need it.
Don't need it.
Yeah, but wouldn't one business owner be like, we're going to try it? No one's tried it. No one's
Let's try
tried
and get a Tom and Dan Chinese place.
Every Chinese...
It would fail.
Okay, hold on. No, I think you're missing what I think she's saying. Why don't we try to brand... Okay, since they don't want to pay for it, we need to find a Chinese restaurant in town that does a lot of business and people like that will allow us to put our logos on their container.
Yeah.
They never do it.
They would never do it.
I feel like...
Because it's too much... It's time. It's about time. It's like too much
really
time.
is. He's right.
Yeah, they're time efficient.
Yeah.
That's
right.
why everything's done in 10 minutes.
Doesn't it make you feel... Well, it does me. If you're a messy person, this isn't going to matter to you. But when I open up fried rice and I see how it's packed in there, I'm like... Oh, my God, I wish all foods were packed like this. Why, look at how nice it is.
Oh, you go to Taco Bell, your taco's falling out of the bag.
Everything's all messy
Also,
and
the
leaking.
Shredded lettuce everywhere.
And it's frozen.
The last bastion of small business where the family works there and there's no random employees that
love it.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I love it, man.
You look back at the kitchen, it is family only.
Yeah,
like,
going.
There's a 12-year-old doing their homework.
yeah. And it's been 50 years and nothing's changed. Anyway, all right. What is this Russell Wilson story?
Okay, we got a little bit of time here. So this is a commercial that Kenny wanted us to play. This is the new Russell Wilson. It's entitled Cringe Russell Wilson Subway Commercial.
All right.
So here's Russell in his new commercial.
By the way, Subway, you are wasting your money.
Man, and they got everybody. They got
Russell Wilson, Charles Barkley, Tony Romo.
I think they made
Brady,
a big deal with the NFL, and then
Gronk.
the NFL is just giving them certain people, right? Because
they had Tom Brady for a while.
Tom Brady, Gronk, Belichick. They've gotten everybody.
But they've also had like Steph Curry, Megan Rapinoe,
and Jerry.
And none of these people eat at Subway.
And Jerry.
Hell no.
So here, we'll see what he does here.
Here are all the dangerous ways. Danger witch. I call this one the fork and knife. I call this one the blindfold. Big bite. The drop it low. The left-handed.
I don't even understand what's happening.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's just a bad commercial, and he's not charismatic, and he's not funny. And when you see him talk, I don't like him, and that sucks
It's
because
like
that's not
he
nice.
tried producing it himself. Like
Yeah.
Subway gave him zero direction. He was just
It's
like,
like
I
he and
have
his
an
wife
idea.
had like a flip cam from like the early 2000s and decided to make a commercial. It's real bad.
Marketing is interesting to me because it's super hard for me to believe that Subway can quantify this marketing relationship with the NFL in any way, or that
and Charles Barkley.
Can they possibly like if someone sees this, does it make them want to eat Subway? I feel like if you're eating Subway, it is either part of your routine or an emergency situation.
First comment,
like, does this draw you to Subway?
The first comment, and I think this person was being serious, is not of trying to be funny. Dusty Rob says, something is very off about him. It's like he doesn't know how to act like an actual human.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
He's on the spectrum, man.
You think so? Yeah,
I mean,
I think he's probably super smart.
Oh, no, I think he's incredibly smart. We kind of talked about it before. Where it's
Nerd?
just,
Is he a nerd?
He's a big nerd, but he doesn't realize he's a nerd. He thinks he's cool and normal and
EJ.
hip.
This is like EJ. EJ's
I don't
Russell
think
Wilson.
EJ thinks he's cool.
Yeah, that's the big
okay.
difference. I think Russell truly thinks that, he's a big-time celebrity, like superstar.
Well, he is a
cool.
big-time
No,
celebrity.
but in the same level as like,
Like a rock star,
like a Bruno Mars or someone like that.
Yeah, no.
Like he thinks people think he's cool.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he doesn't realize everybody's goofing on him
Yep.
and then being like, this guy is a goofus.
You should check out the John Oliver did a thing on Subway, and it was like a huge piece about how Subway's business model, like they could give a crap about the actual food. They're all about the franchising and about the terrible contracts they put their franchisees under.
Yeah,
and
there was a sweet spot a while ago where getting a Subway franchise was a moneymaker.
You could stack them.
It was easy to get, and they made it simple for.
But like they put clauses in their contract where it's like, oh, if you have a Subway like on this corner, we have every right to put a Subway across the street from you to cannibalize your business, and you can't do anything about it.
That's smart.
And you got to buy everything from them, so it's just like it's essentially
like Amway for sandwiches. I guess.
yeah. They're selling, and then people want to own their small business, and they're like, oh, I'll open a Subway. Who likes Subway? Seriously.
There was
Do you know
a time
anybody
when they first rolled out, and I was a kid.
Yeah, me too.
And they were my there's no shame. They were my first introduction, really. I lived in DeLand. We had Belly Busters, but I didn't really consider that a sub. That was just like a homemade sandwich shop. But it was like the first sub I ever had. It's the first time I ever had like salami, pepperoni, ham, like an Italian sandwich. I mean, that wasn't something I ate.
I miss the triangle wedge in the bread. Did anyone
Yeah,
remember
the
that?
canoe.
Where they do the canoe instead of
canoe.
slicing it in half?
Yeah, they'll still do it if you ask, but they
Yeah.
hate it.
It just seems like who's like it's like, hey, what do you feel like today? You're like, oh, let's go to Subway.
They're out there.
Yeah, a tactical hat. I think concrete mic. There are a lot of people that it's a quick sandwich. It's not bad, and a lot of people swear by their mayo. I have a lot.
I love their mayo.
Okay, see, there you go. I got a lot
I
of
may
friends.
or may not have stolen some mayo when I quit Subway when I worked
Their
there.
light,
18.
their light mayonnaise is super creamy.
So good.
It's good.
It's so good. If they sold their mayonnaise in stores, I'd buy it.
You
for
just
sure.
buy that and
yeah.
just say they should sell it in a tube.
Like Chick-fil-A sells their sauce now.
Yeah, so
sell
does
the
Arby's.
Subway mayonnaise.
Arby's sells Arby's sauce and horsey sauce now. It's crazy.
Two Moves podcast.
TOOMOOFS.
Find it where every podcast is found.
Mm-hmm. Get a podcast app and just download it.
Kenny, thanks for coming by. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here.
And we will see you tomorrow.
All right.
Perfect.
Hey.
There's Thursday. There is Thursday. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
No, thanks for having me.
Yeah. What are we doing next?
Next, we'll do one segment for Friday.
Oh, I could leave it as a voicemail. I completely forgot one of the things I want to talk about. I could tell you where to have sex in the Amway Center.
Go on. I'm going to a Magic game soon.
Ooh, all right. I'll DM you the info.
All right.
That way I don't ruin it for everyone by spoiling it on Twitch.
That's funny. Well, I know the Amway. I remember taking the elevator all the way up to the rafters on the top.
Oh, the catwalks and stuff?
Yeah. There's no security up there. You could just go all the way up there.
Yeah, but I know the places where you can go where you don't even need to like try to sneak. Like I know which rooms and which areas you could do it. Oh yeah, I may or may not have been there myself.
Norm, that's amazing, dude. So you would just do like what? Lunch and dinner would be, you did like sort of the regular Subway diet where you just eat a sub and a bag of chips and a drink?
So I think Subway, one of the things too, especially if you're in like, well, when there's the downtown Subway, it was just one of those, hey, what do you want to do for lunch? Hey, I don't have much time. Let me just go downstairs.
Yeah, you would just grab a sub. Yeah. And I remember for a while, because it seemed like they had more time and it wasn't as gross to me at the time, but I would always get the chicken. The roasted chicken.
Oh, that came in the boat.
Yeah.
It came in like the little boat.
But it was like a patty of chicken. And then it would.
Frozen.
I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the chopped up one.
No, they chop it up.
Gross, but the patty's worse.
I don't think they do the patty anymore. I think the patty's gone. And I think I used to also get the Garden Burger one. They used to do the
veggie patty.
The veggie patty. I would do that one. Yeah, I loved it. I mean, like it was, but it was like all we had, I think, at the time.
Even though I know it's probably gross, as Samantha can attest to, I always liked the visual that they had the tray of dough that they would slide into the oven. So it makes it seem like
it does smell great.
No, it does, but it's just obviously that shit's frozen.
Logs,
yeah, exactly. But again, the visual, you see like the silicone trays that they're shoving in there. Always a fun time. All right, lady and gents, thank you very much for having me. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it.
Oh, we're getting preempted tomorrow morning, so they can do Heroes broadcast. That sucks. Whenever I get those emails when it says, we have to, I run it right back. Do you have to? Or do you want to? Yeah, those Russell Wilson commercials are weird. Let me use the restroom real quick, and we'll continue.
My buddy's at Fort Wilderness with his family.
Yeah.
And Disney told everybody at Fort Wilderness they couldn't stay there with their RVs.
Oh, really?
So I thought that John would have to drive. I was like, oh, do you have to drive home? But they put him up in a hotel, which I thought was cool, like on Disney property or whatever.
It's way better.
I guess they just don't want a bunch of people in RVs.
All those trees.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I guess you would.
I'm surprised they have the room to move every single person at Fort Wilderness into a hotel.
Well, just the people in RVs, because they have the cabins.
Also, but have you seen the rates lately? I think they have the rooms. Like, it's like, who can afford that, dude?
Man,
it's nuts expensive to stay over there. Andrea's been looking to try and, because Maisie wants to do like a little jump over, you know?
You got to get
can't do it
on those
I know.
DVC sites.
You're right. I can't do it. It's just disgusting. The room, I'll just tell the chat room this. The room that we had at the Four Seasons that we got at the Peak of Corona.
Yeah.
And we stayed there, I think, 4 nights. What do you think that costs per night now? I have to check with Andrea.
$800, higher than that,
dude. It's like $2,800 a night.
Oh wow!
Because it was the big room with the second room and the little balcony area.
Yeah.
They were like, I mean, I think we paid like maybe $280 a night or something. It like Andrea was like, we'll never have that room ever again in our life. It's like that's a once in a lifetime thing that they did.
Yeah.
It was like a Florida rate.
We should talk about like super fancy. What's the fanciest hotel room you've ever stayed in, Sam?
Probably the one in Mexico for my honeymoon.
Nice.
Okay, there was
had like the hot tub and the.
I bet you and Crystal have seen some good ones.
Trying to think.
I only have one really good one. It was in Miami. You probably know the hotel, the Ritz in South Beach.
I don't like super fancy hotel rooms because I always feel like no matter what, I'm not getting the value out of it. I'm not using everything that could be used as like you don't even want to leave because you're like this. If this thing is over $1,000 a night or something, like
right,
and then there's like multiple rooms, and then there's like you want to use everything because it seems like if I don't sit in every chair is a waste. Right, like $1,000.
I guess it kind of is.
And then the day after you check out, you're like. You get mad. You're like, well, that immediate buyer's remorse. You're like, it's over. Yeah. It's like that was too expensive for one night.
Do you want to do voicemail emails? Do you want to talk about this?
Let's just do voicemail email.
All right, I got some ready to go. I will bring us back and let's plug Beer Fest. Or what's something we haven't been hitting that we need to hit? Bidding.
Sofa and Suds and Beer Fest.
Well, the bidding would end.
Yeah, bidding would
Friday.
be done.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, okay, here we go. And
I still don't even know about the Solar Bears game tonight.
Yeah.
I
wonder
wonder
if they've said anything on their social media.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, I mean, this will be for Friday, so it won't matter anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
It's for tomorrow night, too, right? The Solar Bears game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go. And 3, 2. Oh, wait, hold on. Is this a starting or coming back?
Starting.
It is another Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha is here as well. Hey, everybody. We have a beer fest.
Yep, a free beer fest.
It's free.
Bad at Business Beer Fest, November 19th. Get there at noon to get your sample cup and wristband for free. Then wander around Sanford until 2 o'clock. That's when we start the free beer pouring.
Yes, sir.
And there's going to be over 40 different breweries, and there's going to be some liquor companies handing out free samples.
Yeah, we got some for those of you that don't like beer, we have stuff for you as well. And some of the breweries even bring like hard ciders and like,
At the Sanford L on 2nd Street in front of West End and Celery City. And we've got tons of vendors and food trucks. And we have new merch that's going to be available first time only. I just heard from Eric that our brand new hoodies are going to be available. We've got, Beer Fest T-shirts. And then the next day is the Sanford Sofa races, Sofas and Suds. and that's going to start at 2 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, it's
November
just
20th.
An awesome time. Bring the family out. Bring everybody. Our goal this year is to get rid of all of our sample cups. We want to make sure that none of these amazing breweries that dedicate their time and their beer, it's really a celebration of them and all the wonderful time and effort that they put into their concoctions. And when we get out there and they give us free beer, we owe it to them to try and get rid of all of it, right?
Yeah, and we are, next week we're doing like a media tour.
Yep.
Daniel and I are going on some Friends radio stations and
Some shows. We're going to pop up in some places maybe you don't expect us, maybe some TV.
Yeah. So I think we'll sell out is free.
It's
So
free.
I think we'll give out all sample cups this year.
Yep. I really, really hope so. And with the addition of the Air T&D there, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully we've put enough eyes on Sanford where we're like, man, this is the place to have a beer fest. It's the best place I could think of.
The weather's going to be nice. I did look at it's
phenomenal.
gonna be perfect.
Phenomenal. So come on out. It's the Bad at Business Beer Fest 2022 edition. We're bringing it back, and we're happy to do it. And we hope you'll come out and spend some time with us. What do you want to do here, buddy? You want to do some voicemails?
Let's do it.
All right, voicemails. Courtesy of you guys. I hope I can play this one. This is a lady. Sam and I know this lady. She has a tendency to get a little spicy in her innuendo.
Hey, y'all. It's Crystal of Peace. I was getting ready for work this morning, and I realized I had a little bit of a cameltosis. And so I was debating whether or not to change my pants or adjust my belt or do something to try to cover the dreaded slit. And I thought, you know what? Screw this. I am not putting a bushel over my coochie. I mean, I already have a bush.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Okay.
A lot going on there for an opener.
I probably should have put that on the A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan file, but
it.
He's
You have to hide that for yourself, right? Because it's embarrassing.
I will say that I don't think anyone I don't like to see panty lines. I don't like to see.
Some guys are into the cameltosis.
No.
Yeah.
It's a kink, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not a kink. I mean, well, I can only speak for me, and I'm not shaming anybody, but I don't like to see panty lines. I don't like to see rumples. I like women to wear thick, durable undergarments like Liz Taylor. I like a good Koner bra where you can't see any areola. I like big panties that cover every dimple and wrinkle.
If you have that, there's an issue with your pants, right? And
pants are too tight.
Well, yeah. There's that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah,
right?
You're not supposed to wear your pants so tight that they start eating your body.
Yeah. It's just and then. Also,
sometimes it's the material too.
Yeah, and if it was up to me and it was like, hey, would you rather your coworker have that or not have that?
Hey, tread lightly.
If
here,
it, what I was saying,
are you talking about me?
He's
talking about me.
No, not you, Sam. I'm just saying.
Talking to me.
If I was this person's coworker,
you want to see my camel toe?
I would, anonymously check the yes, I would rather them have it than not have it. I don't want to say it out loud.
You're the most offensive one here. You have the hardest nipples of anybody on the show. It's because I think you have the highest level of testosterone on the show.
No.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't help it.
Yeah, I'm
It's
the
my
oldest,
shirt.
so now I am actually becoming a small, dumpy woman. I'm becoming a small estrogen boy. You, though, on the other hand, I think you're like fit enough now where I think it's really coursing through your veins.
It's like if my pants were so tight, you could see.
I know.
As if that doesn't happen.
I don't
No,
like that
no.
either. Dom from the Supervillains, the Sanford 3, Kenny, other people have commented that your shorts are very, very snug.
No, I'm saying where you start seeing the outlines of the end.
I don't like that.
Or whatever.
I don't
It's
like that.
If it's just a smooth bunch, or like
Smooth
a
bunch.
bunchy.
Smooth bunchy.
Smooth bunchy. That's not
That's
too
fine.
long.
That's our attorney.
But when you see outlines, then it's like it's too tight, it's inappropriate. You're embarrassing yourself.
I don't like any of it. I like everybody to when you're wearing clothing. Clothing is supposed to cover all the wrinkles and rumples, right? That's what it's for. I think, and I like if you're a flat-chested woman, I say stuff your bra, pad it up. If you don't have a dumper back there, I say wear the padding, wear the fake ass. Who cares, right? Be happy. Life's too short.
Well, that's the opposite of being. Isn't it like does it matter what people think?
No. It absolutely matters. It's the only thing that matters is what people think.
Let's play another voicemail.
All right.
Hey guys and Sam, it's Eric in Minnesota. I was driving around for work this morning listening to show 695, the old troll trap, and Tom's AI programming couldn't comprehend how having a cute dog would make you attractive to someone or make someone want to talk to you. And as I was walking up the sidewalk to my appointment, this hip young dude was coming the other way with one of the most adorable puppies I'd ever seen. I asked him what it was. He said it was a 10-week-old Westie. This thing was like perfectly white and so cute it looked like it was fake. And I have to say, if he would have asked me to, stop by after my appointment and have a drink and hang out, I would have seriously considered it because that's how cute this little dog was. So, love you guys. Love the show. Talk to you later.
That's all the proof you need. This man in Minnesota says that if he just meets a stranger on the street and has a cute dog, after his doctor's appointment, he would have a gay love encounter with the man.
I understand it's a conversation starter. My point being, it wasn't going to change the person's opinion about whether or not
how disgusting I am.
They liked you or not. Like, it wouldn't change your opinion on the human, right?
Right.
That didn't make sense to me. It maybe is a way to start a conversation, but if the person is not attractive to you,
it won't matter.
The puppy won't make that happen. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, that's fine. One more?
Yeah.
Now, how are you? I mean, okay, hold on. I'll just go ahead and play it. Here you go.
Tom, Dan, Sam. Okay, I don't know how well you can hear me. I am whispering in a bathroom because my two co-workers are asleep. BDM Kylie here, the other half of BDM Mike.
Why are her co-workers asleep?
Where is she?
I don't know. Why would you be with your coworkers and they're asleep and you're not, and then you'd get into like a
Maybe
closet?
she's on a cruise ship.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, favorite thing ever, laying in bed listening to the Friday Free Show and getting 2 of Mike's voicemails in a row. And I think he said there's another one in there. Also, I definitely work 3 doors, 5 doors, 2 buildings down from you guys. And Dan, I saw you drive by on the little scooter thing yesterday. Totally tried to yell from the balcony. Was not loud enough. But yes, we love you guys. This is awesome. Show's great. Have an amazing evening.
What is she doing? I want to know what you're doing. What do you do?
Wait a minute.
Hold on. You're watching me. You're like the goddamn
What's
that
the
show.
watcher?
It's the watcher. You're down the street 3-5 doors down the road, and you're watching me, and your coworkers are asleep, and you're hiding in a closet.
She's doing ASMR.
What is this? Shit, I do like their.
Hold on. Like,
what are they doing?
Is her business in the same setup as like we have?
Yeah,
because
sounds like
if
it.
that's the case, what business is it where your coworkers are
Yeah.
sleeping and there's only 2 offices? Like,
Get your business to advertise with us. We'll knock it out of the park for them.
One of those 2 rooms and then like a lobby. What are you asleep
Is it
in?
the Pilates lady?
I do like. I've been itching to.
We got
talk
the
to-
therapist a couple
We have a
doors down.
therapist. We have Pilates. We have wine bar. Does she work at the wine bar?
No, you're just asleep in there.
What about
like,
what about the little doctor? We have a little doctor.
But even the little what is
Oh,
the
what
receptionist?
What
and
about
the
the
doctor?
cleaning people? We have a Ruby Red Cleaning. They're nice.
Hold
They're
on.
nice ladies.
There's a cleaning company
In
that has a office
storefront. Yeah,
storefront.
When you
Why?
when you see the model of the I think it's a home base for all of their maids to go out of, and they get their assignments. I think it's their home base. It's like a taxi. Like, I see them going out of there, and they'll come out of there with their stuff, and
Let's
they'll
just
get.
start knocking on doors and let's find her.
You don't need that. A home base for your cleaning company,
Oh,
right? It's
right.
like you're wasting monthly
Oh,
rent.
I'm sure she'd tell us the things we're doing wrong.
Well, we need a place to record, and but your cleaning company, like, is any customers walking in to hire?
I don't know.
I mean, you could hand all the cleaning stuff.
I mean, I
supplies
see what
out
you're
of-
saying.
It
Yeah,
just
no,
seems
I
weird.
get it. I see what you're saying. but
Why have a storefront?
Maybe they're not killing it, and they just decided to waste some of their money. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's try this one.
Hello, Tom,
Damn.
Sam.
Damn, Sam.
So this YouTube thing that you guys were talking about, I was just listening on the ACT from last Friday. And man, you guys sound like Pop Pops, bro. I swear. Dan just crapping all over, the thumbnail, I can't get into the thumbnail. And I get where you're coming from. I certainly do, but it's...
What are you talking about? No, I was talking...
Thumbnail.
The thumbnail. You can get into the... No, what I was saying is that a lot of your more dominant YouTubers and a lot of the trends that you see, they will sort of cannibalize each other. Look, it is what it is, man. I'm not fully anti it. I'm just saying that it's not... You can't make an argument that it is purely amazing creativity and amazing genius when the essence of the numbers you're collecting have to do with you hacking it and inflating the views that you get in some way by using a thumbnail, by using a trick. If you're having to trick people to get into your show, then it's not genius. That's all I'm saying. Maybe that's a better way of saying it.
And I did hear this voicemail where you were
it's
playing
4 minutes long.
Yeah.
He's really mad at us. He says we're pop-ups and we don't like YouTube. We like YouTube.
Well,
we just say there's a lot of crap on there.
We're also only referencing the stuff that our kids watch. We're not we understand that there's other content on there because I think he goes on to say there's quality content.
Yeah,
and stuff.
there's
we know
really
that
good stuff on there.
Sure. We're talking about the stuff that our 7 and 8 year olds watch, and we're criticizing that. We understand that there's tons of movies. YouTube does their own content.
Sure.
That's the best quality. They have.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
there's
as good as any other
feature
studio.
film quality stuff. There's infinite stuff on YouTube.
They also had a lot of stuff fail because they started pumping money into things about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, maybe a little less than that. And a lot of the stuff that they produced failed. All we're saying is that if you look at the bite size part of YouTube that we're referencing, it has to do with the sort of the higher tier influencer whose quality whose content is not quality. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and because their audience are 7 and 8 year olds or 15, that, and then they are dumb, and so you need to trick them with the thumbnail or thumbnail clips, and then they click on them and they get the
But he loves
all
his
they
YouTube.
care about is the clicks.
And we're glad you like YouTube, sir. And we apologize.
I don't apologize.
Okay, Tom does not apologize.
I said what I said.
Let's try this one.
Tom, Dan, Sam, BDM Mike here. Headed to work on the morning listening to the old...
that one I need to delete. That is the third time.
Do you
that
think
is like the 100th time I've played that?
I don't think I'll ever apologize for anything.
Wow.
Even if I say some joke in the future and then we get some real backlash and people are like, you got to apologize for that. I don't think I will because I'll defend myself by saying.
You mean not apologize for things you've said on the show, or just in general in life?
Everything. Because I'll. My defense is. I meant well. I always mean well.
So you're just saying you're just throwing a blanket statement on anything you're saying from here on out. You're not meaning to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I get behind that.
So then, apologizing for it after.
It's your fault for taking it wrong.
It's also meaningless because when I said it, I didn't mean to. I guess you could apologize for hurting that person's feelings, but I'm like, that's on you. Well,
I just said it.
Yeah, I think having flashbacks to when you apologized to me for the bachelorette party you threw me.
I think you and I talked. That's I mean,
that was a crime.
I think you and I had one of these where you were like, I apologize for hurting your feeling, and I was
barely got out.
Yeah, and I was hard for me to say. I was like, I don't know how to take that, but thank you. And I get what you're saying.
I definitely didn't mean it. I just said it.
Let's try this one.
Hey gang, it's Zach from Ohio. So remember you talking about the temperature inside the arena during the Solar Bears game, and it's actually about 55 degrees, which is a bit chilly. So I remember the first time I went to a game, I just wear shorts and a t-shirt because it was pretty hot outside, and I got there and I did feel a little bit cold. So, you'll be fine there with shorts and a t-shirt, but probably best to wear just a long sleeve shirt and some jeans.
No, I think most people were. I mean, I think we kind of enjoyed it being cool in there. Most people
was not
I saw,
55.
I had shorts and a t-shirt on.
Yeah, I think I wore jeans and a t-shirt just in case, but I could have worn shorts and been just fine.
It was perfect. I mean, it was 73. You know what I'm saying?
It
wasn't
really
55.
nice. No, it was cool. It just felt like the way it should feel when you're taking in a hockey match and enjoying it. Let's see. We did Solar Bears. Man, this wetsuit thing burned hot, and I hate it. Stupid wetsuits.
Hey guys, BDM Captain Dano calling in about wetsuit knowledge. Dan, you're totally right about the zipper.
Okay, enough of the wetsuits. Jesus Christ, I'm just enough of them.
I still contend, though, you could have a front zipper wetsuit and be totally fine.
I would rather have a front zipper wetsuit. It's just they're going to have to figure out how to do it. Another thing I thought of is that when I was a kid, I had a shorty wetsuit, but it was a tank top.
Oh, yeah,
and
sleeveless.
but its zipper was on the side, and it was dope because you just zipped it down the side like a lady's dress, and you just pull the leg part off, and it worked perfectly. And you'd like pull it up, you'd zip the side, and then you'd pull this over and just like
it's like overalls.
Yeah, you just slap the Velcro on. It was perfect,
yeah.
and it fit me better because I had wide shoulders. You know, I'm kind of a tuna canny, so it just fit me better that way. Let's try this one.
Hey, Tom, Dan, I combined Dan and Sam there, so I'm leaving it that way.
A lot of people are doing that. Yeah.
I have been noticing Tom saying, "Follow me here" for the last few months, maybe longer than that.
Haven't we all?
But it seems like a relatively new thing that he says about twice a show at least. And I don't recall this from back in the Monsters of the Midday Morning days or since then until a few months ago. I don't know where it came from. But
got to be something he's listening to.
Does anybody else, when he says that, feel like he's about to burst into like a reggae song?
Yes.
Follow me here.
Yeah. Follow me. Follow me. I wish you'd do like that.
Well, now you're giving me a complex, sir, because I obviously don't know.
Follow me to the complex.
I'm not sure why I'm saying that.
Well, we all have that. What he's pointing at is something that I do, you do, Sam probably does it too.
We cycle through different things in your life. It's fine. This one, it's fine, was one for a long time.
It's fine.
Which I guess still continues. But yeah, Follow Me Here has been.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Been one you've been riding for a while.
Maybe it's my old age where I think I'm coming up with some sort of theory or like the solution to something, and I'm my wife
like
is
this is going to be too complicated. This is going to be too complicated for your feeble brain. So when I say follow me here, it's my way of saying,
Here's
really concentrate. Really concentrate. This is what I'm going to throw at you. I'm going to throw some fastballs at you.
This is going to be crazy, so you got to follow me here.
Follow me. Yeah, I'm okay with it.
We understand.
I have no problem with it. It's their fault. You can get mad at them. Sam and I'm not going to, you know what? I'm not going to agree with this
Most of the time
guy.
I won't follow you, though, but I will.
And you know what? Most of the time I will, and there's the balance. There's your balance, sir.
I feel like it's a con man's trick.
Because,
what if I tell you I'm tired of you asking me because it's almost like I love you. When you're like, follow me here, I'm like, dude, I have sworn to you I will follow you to hell.
Yeah, you don't
How
need to say
much
that.
more I am following?
Just say also, like, what do
It's like I love you. Stop saying it. I'm following.
What do I assume the listeners are doing? But they're just listening. So they are.
You should say that. You should say, listen to me now.
Continue to listen.
It's like you should say, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
You should say, can you hear me
I
now?
don't think you can say that.
Maybe I should start with getting people's attention, like, hey, and then say, like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perk up, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, no.
It's like, oh, he's saying something. Like,
What did he say?
Is he screaming at me to listen?
If you went to make a point, like if you were, okay.
Yeah.
See, I just did it. What if you just dropped everything out and you just,
you get silent, so you lean in to say,
and I'm like,
listen,
yes? And you're like, or what if you went, uh-oh,
Uh-huh.
before you said that? That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's try another one. We did follow me here.
Hey, Tom.
Oh, hold on. That's follow me here.
Well, now I'll stop saying it.
No. What if we like it?
You don't like it.
I do.
No one likes it.
What if I don't care?
I know that.
That was funny. I never heard Dan Stone cuss before. But anyway, I heard you guys talking about generator etiquette this morning on the replay show. And I'll just let you know that my girl has none. We fill that thing up at 8 o'clock at night, let her rip all night. See you.
5 a.m. listener right there. Maybe we don't need.
There's one of our 5 a.m.ers right there. We appreciate your service, sir. Thank you so much for calling in.
Well, it looks like we're maybe going into it again with the storm.
You got everything ready? You got your generator out?
No, I got
Drained
nothing.
your pool?
No, I did nothing. I have nothing ready.
All right, follow me here.
Absolutely nothing. I'm going to try to just half-ass some prep work and then just cross my fingers that it's not going to be that bad, and we won't lose power and all that nonsense.
Yeah, it does get to a point where when you feel it coming and you get concerned about it. I know a lot of my neighbors, I see them out there, they're like, oh, here it comes.
Pull in your plants.
Yeah, pull in. I guess I'm going to have to go out there, and now I have told Andrew I do not want to do it.
I'm not pulling in anything.
But I do not want to pull in my Christmas tree. I want to leave it outside, and if it goes, it goes.
Yeah.
Well, your greenhouse is going to fly away in the wind, bro.
Oh, no.
Because I haven't looked at it. I have no information whatsoever, but
I think it's better, though.
Yeah.
If you look at the information too much, then it almost sucks you into doing something.
They'll get hurricane force winds on the coast. By the way, we're saying this, and I hopefully it's not worse, and then people are listening on Friday and look like
That's
an
why
idiot.
you never say this.
Yeah.
So, but follow me here.
I'm following. I'm here. Yes, sir.
Tropical storm. Blows around a little bit. Misty wind.
Misty wind.
There it is. We got to write that song. By the way.
Sam and I started writing a Misty Wind song, like a country song for you.
You have your phones. Look at your phones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did laugh at. Does anybody
charge your phone?
Get any information any other way than looking at their cell phone and seeing the radar or whatever weather? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you're getting your weather information, right?
Yeah.
That's how everybody's getting their weather.
I mean, I
information.
can't imagine that you would huddle around. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Are they going
you
to? Wait, because you're waiting for the 6 o'clock news update. You just have a real time update on your phone. Right? Is anybody waiting for the news to tell them what's going on?
I wouldn't. I mean, if it were me, I would just look at Mike's weather page, spaghettymodels.com.
Who doesn't have a smartphone at this point?
Well, anybody.
I know there's some old, like,
if
my
you're
pop-up
listening to the radio, you have a smartphone.
If you're driving around,
Right.
like there's very
for work, for whatever.
There's very little options other than smartphone at this point, right? I mean, I know my pop-up, but this was years ago. He never got one, but because he didn't want
I don't know anybody that doesn't have one now.
Like even
it died
Andrew's,
with my dad.
Andrew's grandfather.
Oh,
I mean, he's the most tech savvy.
He's got the 14. He's
Yeah,
got better than me. 14
yeah.
Pro Plus or the big Max or whatever it is.
Do you know anybody that doesn't have a smartphone?
Yes.
Oh, who?
She
I
can't
don't
want to
say. But is it a
or they
older
do or
person?
they do no or they do and they just don't have a cell phone plan, so they have to have Wi-Fi enabled to actually use it properly. So they go to McDonald's and sit at the McDonald's for the Wi-Fi.
and they
Follow
use
me
Wi-Fi.
here to McDonald's and use the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Follow me to McDonald's.
But I feel
poor
like
people, Tom. Poor people.
That's the anomaly. I see homeless people with smartphones.
Yeah, but again, they might not have a plan, or they're on the government assistant one.
yeah.
But if they don't have a plan, then
Yeah.
it doesn't do you any
So
good.
if you don't have a smartphone, you just got to like turn on your TV. You would go TV first. And
Well,
then
you
probably,
don't got a TV. You don't have a smartphone, right?
Well, TVs are cheaper than smartphones.
Yeah, you could just have a TV with no cable. Just the basic channels.
I mean, I bought a 19-inch because nobody wanted it. I bought a 19-inch TV for $170.
Oh, it's cheaper than that now, I imagine.
No,
right?
they're a little. They're in a weird. Their pricing is weird because I don't think they can sell it any cheaper because the technology only gets so small.
Like a 19-inch
There's a
makes
sweet
it more
spot.
expensive
Yes.
than the 32.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a 32. Me and Andrea were going back and forth because I wanted an extra tiny TV for my balcony. I don't want a big one out there. I just wanted to have a little something out there so I could watch football. And the 19 was literally, I think it was $10 more expensive than like a 32.
What's the cheapest smartphone now on the market? Some Android phone that you can get?
yeah,
some
you
Galaxy?
can have some like knockoff one.
What do they cost though?
I don't know.
Like
probably
a
like,
couple hundred?
No, you can get a phone for like $39.
No, 39.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you can get like a off-brand smartphone for less than 50. I bet.
Even track phones now are smartphones.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You can get
Like,
those for $30.
Yeah, they got Twitter, they got Facebook, they got all the stuff. You just log in, same thing.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a break. We'll be right back with more corporate time.
The game is postponed, by the way, for tomorrow.
All right, there you go. Got your answer. That is
Friday 1. They want to follow me here shirt, Tom. And it should be you dressed up as a scarecrow going down the Yellow Brick Road.
And a tiny little Toto dog.
You're Toto?
Yeah,
I'm Dorothy.
I'm a Westie. I'm a little white Westie dog with a pink belly.
Oh, Disney's closing today.
Jesus. I think everybody's just like, why might as well.
Yeah. Because at a certain point, if you don't, and then something happens, then
well,
you're
the winds
liable.
are going to be pretty bad, so they don't
Yeah.
want like debris hitting people in the head.
Yeah, or just like, I always worry about
closing today at 5.
when I'm on my roof, inevitably during the hurricane, trying to. I'm like, man, if a branch just snapped off, I mean, it'll kill me good fast.
It'll come on you on the head, and then you'll just lay there.
100-pound plus branch. You hitting me
right
from
to the back of the head.
Yeah, that's done for me. Lights out.
That's scary.
All right, lunchtime.
Let's do it.
Lunchtime. Have a good lunch, y'all.
We'll be back.
Are we coming back? Yeah.